Allegations of abuse and negligence. A former student filing a lawsuit against a local school and its leaders.
As an FDA panel weighs whether to recommend moving forward with booster shots, why some experts are saying not yet.
And people parked all around Mission Bay getting ready for a thrilling weekend with the return of the annual Bayfair. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
And happening right now, an FDA committee is discussing whether or not the public will need to get a booster shot. Good morning to you. I'm Jim Pat.
And I'm Virginia Cha. Even though some people with compromised immune systems have already started receiving the additional shot, the question now is, does everyone else need one?
ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell joining us live with what's happened so far during that meeting. Marie?
Well, Jim, the members of this panel, which includes a doctor from San Diego, they've been listening to a number of reports. At the end of this, they are scheduled to vote on a recommendation about the future of the Pfizer booster shot. Via virtual meeting, members of the FDA's Vaccine Advisory Committee met to discuss whether or not to approve Pfizer's request to give those 16 and up a booster shot at least 6 months after their second shot. This morning, committee members heard conflicting data regarding whether it was necessary to give a booster shot to everyone. The most recent data came from Israel, where they began giving booster in July. Their data has shown as more time has passed since the initial vaccination, the more likely people were to get breakthrough infections. Their data also shows an additional Pfizer shot provided more protection against COVID-19 and severe disease, and the effectiveness in people 60 and older was even stronger.
We saw that the booster dose improves the protection by tenfold against confirmed infection, and at least for elderly against severe COVID-19.
But there are some medical experts who believe the booster isn't necessary for everyone right now. While data has shown the effect on the elderly, they want more data on how boosters could affect everyone else. The committee is scheduled to come up with a recommendation today, which would be sent to the FDA. Now, if it is approved, it would then go to the CDC next week. If that moves forward, these booster shots could become available as early as next week. Live from Harbor Island, Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
Marie, thank you very much. So we're still waiting on word about what could happen with the Pfizer's booster vaccine. And the other major vaccine maker here in the U.S., Moderna, is not far behind. The company submitted its request for FDA approval earlier this month, and originally the company was aiming for approval by September 20th, but it's not expected to get it just by then. While that FDA panel debates whether the time is right for booster shots, the topic has garnered controversy well beyond the U.S. World Health Organization has urged countries to hold off on the booster shots, allowing time for less developed nations to get their people their baseline vaccinations first. And earlier this month, the WHO calling for a moratorium on booster shots until January. The White House has pushed for those boosters in the U.S. and said it can roll those out while delivering vaccines to the rest of the world.
And as debate continues around this issue, we would like to hear from you. We just launched an interactive poll online and on our mobile app asking if a booster shot were made available to you today, would you get it? You can answer through the 10 News smartphone app or online at 10news.com/myvote. We'll have the live results for you later this hour.
And President Biden's vaccine mandate for private businesses is facing a backlash this morning. 24 Republican state attorneys general are weighing their legal options. In a letter to the president, those officials called the plan, quote, disastrous and counterproductive. Now, last week, President Biden announced the Occupational Safety and Health Administration will create a rule requiring businesses with more than 100 employees to issue a vaccine mandate. One of their main issues, opposing states say, is that it eliminates choice. That would impact more than 80 million workers in the U.S.
This is happening today. The man accused of the deadly Poway synagogue shooting is expected to plead guilty to federal charges. That is scheduled to happen this afternoon. In July, he pleaded guilty to all state charges. Ernest will avoid the death penalty in California by doing that. In that agreement, he also admitted the 2019 attack was motivated by anti-Semitism. He is set to be sentenced on state charges later this month and expected to receive life in prison. Federal prosecutors have said they too will not seek the death penalty.
Well, new today, a former student at Francis Parker filing a lawsuit against the school, claiming a former coach there assaulted her. The accuser and her attorney outlined the allegations this morning. They claim a basketball coach groomed the student and abused her starting at the age of 13. They claim the school was negligent. Well, that leaders were aware of rumors and the coach's reputation, but did nothing to prevent the abuse or notify parents and students. Now, we have reached out to the school for comment and are waiting to hear back. Meantime, we obtained an email sent to some of the school's alumni, which said in part, quote, "Our school's values are founded on putting students first and providing an environment for learning where students are safe, both physically and emotionally. While we cannot comment on the specifics of pending litigation, we believe in the legal system where the facts will unfold in due time," end quote. And we'll have more on this story and the lawsuit on later editions of ABC 10 News.
Tonight, a candlelight vigil to honor the life of a 19-year-old woman who was shot and killed in University City last week. The family of Irene Salgado Aceves is hosting that vigil tonight at the spot where Irene was found. San Diego police say they found her in the front passenger seat of a car with a gunshot wound to her chest. They say she was with two others in that car. They were driving on Miramar Road when she was shot. Detectives found a gun in the car. They've arrested a 17-year-old boy that they say was riding with her. He now faces murder charges. The vigil is set to start at 6:30 tonight.
Well, train service is being halted between San Diego and Orange County in order for crews to shore up unstable ground along the cliffside tracks. Metrolink says it will perform unscheduled maintenance on those railroad tracks, slightly shifting below the bluff in San Clemente.
We want to make sure that this stretch of line has a good, solid integrity and is safe to operate our trains. Metrolink has two lines that services Oceanside, and that's the Orange County line and the Inland Empire Orange County line. So those two lines are affected, and the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner is affected.
Well, it's been caused by beach erosion, similar to what we have seen in Del Mar for years. According to officials, the work was originally set to start next month, but the latest measurements showed that the work needed to be done right away. Work is expected to be complete by October 4th. Amtrak says it will provide bus connections between Irvine and Oceanside while that work is underway.
Well, the world's fastest boats racing in San Diego this weekend. The San Diego Bayfair kicking off this morning. ABC 10 News reporter Natay Holmes joining us live from Mission Bay. Natay, some people are spending the entire weekend out there by the water.
Virginia, good morning. About 70,000 people are expected to make their way to Mission Bay throughout the course of the weekend. So the boats have hit the water, and there are already people out here right now. You can see they are in their RVs and they have their camp areas set up. We spoke to one family who says they love racing and will be here until the end.
Welcome to the 2021 Home Street Bank San Diego Bayfair.
It's an end of summer tradition for many. The San Diego Bayfair celebrating its 57th year as one of the largest on-water events in California. Many RVs are parked near the shore, ready for the fun races. But first up, a hearty breakfast.
My favorite part of the weekend is the bacon.
Larry Colley and his son Brody were up early Friday morning getting everything ready for their family to join them later on.
Hanging out with my dad, watching some boat races, playing in the water.
Bayfair, which staged its first event on Mission Bay in 1964, was postponed last year due to the pandemic. It's a 3-day event offering activities on the water and on land. Single-day tickets start at $25 and a 3-day super pass is available for $45. But Colley says it's well worth it.
It's not cheap, but typically between my wife, myself, and my 4 kids, we race almost every weekend. And entry fees to go to the races and the camping and the travel, there's a lot more money than coming here and not having to work on anything and just actually relax by the fire and make breakfast and lunch and enjoy time with friends.
Well, Well, testing and qualifying with limited racing takes place Friday, with heat and championship races on Saturday and Sunday. Live in Mission Bay, Nate Holmes, ABC 10 News.